Hi, it's Monica Fleur. Let's talk about bugs. In gardens, thrips and spider mites are notorious for harming plants. Thrips are minuscule insects, about 1 to 2 millimeters long. It's easy to confuse mites with thrips because they behave similarly. Thrips and mites thrive in warm, dry weather, especially in the spring and summer into fall. When conditions are right, their numbers can swell rapidly, causing extensive harm if not managed. These pests come in many varieties and have a wide range of plants they affect, including garden vegetables, flowers, fruits, shrubs, trees, and even houseplants. They're particularly drawn to white, yellow, and blue shades, making plants of these colors more susceptible. Both thrips and mites have the ability to reproduce quickly, leading to significant damage to plant life. Thrips scrape the leaf surfaces, leaving behind patchy, dead spots on leaves, blossoms, and fruits. A silvery stippling on the top of leaves with black tar-like specks underneath is typically the first sign of thrips. Eventually, the leaves become malformed and crinkled with exposure. Mites, tiny arachnids, attack plants by piercing the cells and siphoning off the sap, sucking the plant dry. Their feeding results in leaves turning yellow, becoming bronze, showing tiny spots, and eventually falling off. You may see small brownish specks of excrement on the undersides of leaves and webbing. Delicate light webbing under and around foliage is a sign of spider mites. If you suspect thrips or spider mites, they are likely too small to see clearly. Pick a few leaves, tap them over a piece of white paper, and check for them with a magnifying lens. These pests are said to be as contagious as head lice in preschool and spread quickly and easily. Both thrips and mites are small pests that can harm plants greatly. Though they share similarities in the damage they cause and how they're managed, their looks are quite different. Thrips, for example, are thin, long insects, usually 1 to 2 millimeters in size. Their bodies are slim, and they have wings edged with hairs. The color of thrips can change from pale yellow or light brown to black, with more than 200 kinds known. They appear as small specks on plants, gathering in large numbers on leaves, flowers, and buds. Mites, relatives of spiders and ticks, are extremely small, often invisible arachnids, measuring under 1 millimeters with an oval shape and 8 legs. To spot a thrips or mite infestation on plants, observe the leaves closely. These pests usually attack leaf undersides, forming colonies. Signs include tiny discolored spots, silvery or bronzed areas, twisted growth, dead spots, or webbing. Thrips also leave black varnish-like excrement marks. Thrips do not build webs, but if spider mites are present, webbing is noticeable, especially on the underside of leaves where the leaf and stem meets. Inspect plant surfaces with a hand lens or magnifying glass to spot thrips or mites. You might see thrips moving on the plant surfaces or taking off when they're disturbed. Mites, on the other hand, tend to gather on the leaf undersides. Sometimes they are so small that you can't easily spot them. To check, gently tap the affected parts of the plant over a blank white sheet and watch for any tiny invaders that might fall out. Controlling thrips and mite infestations on plants is crucial for several reasons, including preventing plant damage. Thrips and mites feed on plant tissues, causing visible damage such as stippling, discoloration, distortion, and necrosis of leaves, flowers, and fruits. Severe infestations can lead to reduced plant vigor, stunted growth, and even death of the plant. Control is also important to maintain an aesthetic appeal. Thrips and mite damage create distorted and discolored foliage, as well as scarred or deformed flowers and fruits. Weakened plants are more susceptible to secondary pest infestations and diseases. Thrips and mites can compromise the plant's defenses, making it vulnerable to attack by other pests and pathogens. Controlling the pests will help eliminate plant damage. Spotting them early and tackling the problem right away is the best strategy. Whether it is thrips or mites invading the garden, control can be achieved through a combination of environmental and chemical solutions. Use a strong stream of water to dislodge insects from plant surfaces, particularly on foliage and stems. Repeat often as necessary. Remove heavily infested plant parts by pruning and dispose of them properly to prevent the spread to healthy plants. Be sure to clean the equipment after pruning and destroy infected plant parts to reduce spread. Apply insecticidal soap directly, ensuring thorough coverage of affected plant parts. Insecticidal soaps work by desiccating or removing the moisture from thrips and mites and is less harmful to beneficial insects. Neem oil is always a good choice. Neem oil acts as a repellent and disrupts the growth and development of many insects. Apply systemic insecticides, like Captain Jack's, that are absorbed by plants and ingested by thrips and mites, effectively controlling them from within. Use veggie spray or orchid spray based upon the plant infected. Leverage nature's helpers for garden pest control. Release predatory insects such as pirate bugs, ladybugs, trichogrammatid wasps, lacewings, and praying mantis, all which feed upon thrips and mites and help control their populations naturally. In conclusion, gardeners often implement practices like regular cleaning of equipment and close monitoring of plants to ensure good garden hygiene. Dealing with pests such as thrips and mites requires proper irrigation and watering to prevent plants from becoming stressed. Distressed plants are more vulnerable to pest attacks. Regular monitoring and early detection are crucial for managing thrips and mite infestations effectively and minimizing these tiny warriors' damage to plants. Thank you for viewing this video. I am Monica Fleur. Look for more videos from our Gardening Tips video series. Share your ideas and solutions with common pests with our fellow members.